Hey Limitless Nation, today you're in for a real treat. Today you get to learn directly from Callum Holt. Living in Sydney, Australia, Callum is a business coach who specializes in helping new businesses, especially new coaches or consultants, to get off their feet and get started the right way. Callum has been in the coaching industry now for over 7 years and absolutely loves inspiring others to step up and claim their greatness. In today's masterclass, you are going to learn from the master himself, Mr. Callum Holt. Let's dive into it.
Before you dive into today's masterclass session, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the button below. It allows you to receive notification bell every single time we provide you with the contents that allows you to live a limitless life. Now, if you want to go deeper on learning on how you can hunt your future, make sure you download our masterclass session at huntyourfuture.com. It allows you to know exactly what you need to do to hunt your future. Plus, we are also going to share with you tips and tricks on what you need to do to live a limitless life starting from today's forward. Now, let's dive into today's masterclass sessions.
Hey, welcome Callum Holt.
Hey Donovan, good to see you, man. How's things?
Doing great, and we're so happy to have you here with us today.
Absolutely. Pleasure to be here.
Now, Callum, is there anything that we did not mention on the bio that you would like to share with the Limitless Nation?
No.
All right. Well, here at the Limitless Nation, we have a tradition of starting each and every single interview with a limitless quote or mantra. So do you have a quote or mantra that you say or think to yourself on a daily basis?
Yeah, probably for myself, it's just like, repeating myself is that kind of like reassurance of like, of you've got this, essentially. Yeah, to myself. And that really, I think that like internal reassurance is, what gets me through like, daily challenges and, those kind of things to, keep moving forward. So.
Right. So you say to yourself that you have this, you're able to keep moving forward. And
absolutely.
Now, in talking about moving forward, what are some obstacles, setbacks, or even just flat out challenges that you have had to overcome to get to where you are now?
Great question. Well, I think pretty much almost all my challenges have been like, psychological, like limiting beliefs along the way. But, definitely, like, and this was, I guess, what spawned a lot of my journey as well of, where I am now, which we'll go into.
This is going to be fun. Your internet connection is slow. I tell just about everyone the same thing, which is technology is absolutely amazing and great when it works.
That's right. That's right.
So,
do you need to repeat that?
I just, if we start running into too many of these breakups, what I need you to do is log out, then log back in. Make sense?
Yeah.
Right now, it looks like we're back on the smooth side, so cool. It tends to happen a lot more when you get all these internet or wake calls. Who knows? It's a fun
Probably Australia. Our internet on a great day is pretty atrocious.
Well, I mean, Australia, that's basically a place where it has the most things that can kill you all in one place, right?
That's right. That's right. We actually ride kangaroos to work.
So is it your choice to be in Australia? Or?
Yes, so I can ride kangaroos to work. That's right. Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. But it's just the kangaroos. They just get me.
I like the idea of the koala bears. They're very adorable, but they eat eucalyptus leaves so much that they're sleeping like 23 hours of the day.
That's right. And they're actually pretty vicious.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen their claws?
Well, yeah, I know they have claws, but they look so pretty.
They're pretty until they jump out of the tree and latch onto your face and they just like tear your face off.
Sounds like you got an exciting life there in Australia.
Absolutely, mate. All the spiders, all the snakes, all the drop bears.
And that's why you can live in Australia and I'm in New York.
So I love it. So yeah, I'm back onto that previous question. Or do you want me to finish that off?
I'm sorry?
The challenges question.
Yes. So Callum, just go ahead. Tell me what is a challenge, setback, or failure that you've had to overcome.
Most limiting beliefs. But for me, what's set me on this path originally is probably one of my biggest challenges. Is about 8 years ago now. My girlfriend at the time, she actually committed suicide. Yeah, that was like one of those moments. Just like at the time, it like completely changed my life, and now I'm so grateful for it as well. It's got me to where I am now.
Wow, that got to rock your world a little bit, more than a little bit.
Absolutely, definitely rocked my world.
Now, Callum, here at the Limitless Nation, we have what's called an aha moment. And I'm sure that we're all curious to know, what was that aha moment and how you were able to come out that very difficult and emotional situation?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think the key for me was I never at any point really like suppressed anything or like along the whole journey, like I always had help, and I also, for some reason, I was more than happy to share it with lots of people around me as well. I think that very attribute was really powerful in just being able to process that stuff, and also leading to realizing often, especially at the start when I shared that stuff, people were initially a bit shocked, but then they were like really inspired as well. And that's when I kind of, just kind of led me down the path I am now. So.
Okay. So run that by me one more time. What was a better way to explain it is, was there a moment or a thought that you had that just, or decision that you made that just completely, I'm going to say, switched gears or got you from, I've got to believe that you were in a little bit of grief and a little bit of shock, but that changed you from that to what you're working on now?
Yeah, look, I'd probably say the best example of that is probably like, it was actually like not that long ago. It was probably only about like, a year or so ago when, I was moving along, but just was at a relatively slow pace. And I was spending a lot of time on definitely my own development, not that much like action and actual movement forward. And it was this realization at one point about how like I had this world that I was trying to live into that was essentially perfectionism. And it was at this realization where I was like, wow, like I first asked myself, like, what is this world? What does perfect look like to me? And when I did that, I realized that the world of perfect was so completely impossible to achieve. Like it was just like, wow, like that's just, like totally just not realistic. Like not even close to realistic, And when I did that, I was like, I realized that, and it allowed me to really drop that limiting belief, and instead of like working for perfection, just really taking like rapid action. And that's when a lot of things have really transformed and changed for me, and especially my business has really accelerated massively. Especially these days, I'm not perfect, and the stuff I do isn't perfect. And a lot of people as well, like, how do you do so much content? I'm like, it's not perfect.
Right.
Like if it's like 60% okay, great, done.
You always continue to move forward and take that imperfect action because you made the decision to keep moving forward. Now, in talking about moving forward, what are you working on now?
Hope you enjoyed the masterclass session so far. Before we get into the second half of the session itself, it is very crucial for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I really don't want you to miss out on another masterclass where I'm going to share with you what other experts, celebrities, Fortune 5000 companies do to become successful and live a limitless life. So make sure you subscribe right now, and every single time we upload a new video, you will receive a notification bell. This allows you to enjoy the masterclass on the regular basis. So make sure you subscribe right now. Well, as you are ready, let's get into the second half of the masterclass session.
Yeah, so for myself, it's like I've been in the coaching space for years now, really, in lots of ways since that, first really occurred, 7 or 8 years ago. And now like that's really got me to a certain point, which I really love. And now what I'm kind of really working on is I'm actually working with a lot of new coaches. And what I really love about that is I'm actually helping them at a stage where they just get certification, or they just starting in the industry of coaching, whether it's personal training or like life coaching, even like, if they become nutritionists or whatever it is, just started off. And often a lot of those guys, this is where I started, just have no idea about business.
Right.
And a lot of the time, especially in Australia, the dropout rate in those spaces is huge. Again, I'm not sure what it is in the States, but in America, in Australia, like, over 60% of PTs actually drop out of the industry, for instance, within the first couple months.
Wow.
And a lot of the reason for that is because if you don't have like a guidebook, if you don't have a system, then it's freaking hard. And the beautiful thing, what I'm doing is really, for me, it's about empowering these guys and providing these guys with the systems, tools, and the know-how to be able to go like, I've got this passion, I've got this skill, and then to be able to actually help people with it, because otherwise it just stays in their head and they don't help anyone. And that's the biggest loss, is all those people they could help.
Right. So where can the Limitless Nation go to learn more about you and your coaching? Is it a skill, or is it a product, or is it a course?
Or is it what, a quest?
Course.
I was like, what's a quest? That sounds exciting. Like, tell me about these quests.
I'm just asking you off the record, what is it? For your coaching, is it primarily one-on-one? Is it a course, like an online course, or is it more one-on-one?
Yeah, great question. Is this on off record?
Do you have videos of yourself pre-recorded for people who want to be coached by you?
Yeah, so I do it through Teachable.
Okay.
Do you guys use Teachable in America?
I honestly am not familiar with that.
Could be an Australian thing. It's big over here. But yeah, we use Teachable, which is just like an online course.
Have you heard of Udemy?
Yeah, similar, same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Same.
that helps. I try to mix it up. And have you seen other Limitless Nation TV interviews?
No.
No. Well, we're nearing our 100th episode, and check it out on YouTube, Limitless Nation TV, or type in my name into the search bar and you'll find it, Donovan Hunterman, or even just Henry Gold. That would work too. Or check out my Facebook pages all over there. But for another time. So, Callum, where can the Limitless Nation TV viewers and listeners go to learn more about you and your business, as well as the courses that you provide?
Yeah, awesome, man. Great question. So honestly, the best place is really to like reach out to me on Facebook. So just my first and last name, Callum Holt, on Facebook. Yeah, most people have no problems finding me. And then also on Instagram, Callum Holt Coach on there as well, all over that. Generally, like my courses are through Teachable, but generally I like to really kind of work with people like prior to then jumping on there. So I get an understanding about where they're at. And then depending on where they're at, if they've got a lot of limiting beliefs and all that stuff going on, then there's also opportunities to work well, help remove all that. So
awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that with us.
Pleasure.
Now, Callum, in your journey so far, what would you say was something that was holding you back from becoming limitless?
In the past or currently?
In the past, as you continued on your limitless journey and became a coach and is now helping millions and now helping hundreds of thousands of people, what would you say is something that held you back from taking that first step?
Yeah, 100%. I think the biggest thing, especially reflecting back, is like trying to have everything perfect. Like even things like, thinking of the right name for your Facebook group, your business name, all that kind of stuff. Like these days, I literally tell people like in 30 seconds max on it, because like you're probably changing anyway down the road, and it doesn't actually, like, it's not going to actually help people. Like whether your name is X or whether your name is Y on like as a Facebook group, who cares? And I think it's the same, and a lot of the same as well. I think especially coaches, a lot of the time we focus on things like creating a website first before we even have one client. And so I think that's a massive thing, is like just focus on action rather than perfection.
Right, I agree. And in speaking of how many people that you have impacted and helped, what is one bit of advice that you've received from one of your clients that you can share with the Limitless Nation?
Great question. Hey, well, mate, you've got all the great questions. I might snag some of these. Yeah, honestly, I think like almost all my clients, like I'm massive about this action and perfection. It's always like my tagline, probably is my tagline, to be honest. And I think that would be probably the thing, because a lot of my clients, especially with some of the one-on-one clients, I give them tasking, everything like that as well. Like it's big tasking because they don't have time to think, so they've got to move, right? And I think that's where there's so much value is in just moving. Like if you're just moving, then you can get some feedback. If you're not moving, nothing will change, right? But at least if you're moving, even if you move in the wrong direction, at least then you discover it's the wrong direction, right? So yeah, it'd be the same thing, action and perfection. I just keep like driving that home. Feels like right in their unconscious mind.
Yeah, so it's always about continually moving and taking action.
Yes.
And whether it's the right or wrong action, you'll find out a lot quicker if you move versus staying in one spot.
100%.
I like it. Now, Callum, in taking action and in moving, what are a couple habits that you have instilled into your life that helps you maintain your limitless?
Yeah, look, for me, it's morning routine is huge. And it's almost a classic kind of thing. But yeah, for me, like getting up and, meditating makes a massive difference. And, often sometimes I listen to my own stuff. Sometimes I listen to, some stuff from Mind Valley, the States. Yeah, I think Mind Valley is from the States. And yeah, meditation's key. And then doing some kind of exercise. Even a lot of people get caught up on exercise. Sometimes they even just do like 30 burpees, right? And that takes less than 5 minutes just to get your heart rate jacked. Because otherwise you get out of bed, you never really wake up, and you go through the whole day, you're not really awake. And then after that, I jump in the cold shower. And jumping in the cold shower for me, man, like it's a massive thing because it overcomes your fear, right? And being able to overcome like that fear, and like you're not going to die from jumping in a cold shower, but as long as you don't actually jump. If you actually jump, you must slip over and die. But I don't recommend that. Step carefully into a cold shower. But you have to overcome your mind, and you have to overcome that fear of stepping into a cold shower, and it takes something. And so if you can start your day with focusing on what you want through meditation, getting your heart rate ramped up, and then overcoming some fear, to me, you're off to a great start.
Right, because you now primed yourself to be centered and also to understand enough about yourself that you can take on the day.
Absolutely. Take action.
Now, Callum, in a hypothetical world, if you go into your house and all the books that you have all of a sudden disappeared, and you look at your phone and look at your bank account and realize that you have only enough money in your bank account to buy one book. It can be any book, but it can only be one book. What is the first book you would get?
Honestly, it's probably got to be one of the everyone else says as well. I would probably go back still to one of my first personal development books, which it was a heavy, hard book to read, but it was The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama and some psychologists.
I missed that sentence. It was The Art of Happiness.
Yeah, by the Dalai Lama and someone else. And yeah, I still remember reading it because one of the biggest things I got out of that was just the idea around when you have a stress in life, he's like, why do you stress? Because you've got two choices. If you can fix it, great, you can do something about it. So why stress? The next option is you can't fix it. So he's like, you can't fix it. So why do you stress? And it's so logical and it's so just beautifully put that I love that.
Very profound. Absolutely. Now, in our next little hypothetical question, if you had the ability to travel through time, space, and talk to the younger version of yourself, is there anything that you would say to this younger individual?
Yeah, honestly, I probably would just say like, and it's really the same thing I say to myself now, is that like, everything that happens is perfect. And yeah, everything that happens leads into the next thing that happens, into the next thing that happens. And all of it is amazing and perfect and gets you to an incredible place.
Now, Callum, tell us again where the Limitless Nation can go to find out more about you, what you're working on, as well as just how to connect with you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So definitely on Facebook, my first last name, Callum Holt on there. And then all over Insta as well, at Callum Holt Coach there as well. And I am also, I didn't mention this before, but I am also on Anchor as well. I also do podcasts on there. And my podcast channel is Conversations with Callum. So yeah, I'm not super consistent on there. That's just kind of like when I get inspired and, every now and then I pop set things up there. So yeah, absolutely love any of you guys to reach out and connect and love connecting with new people and seeing how I can serve you.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for being here, Callum.
Absolute pleasure, Donovan. Absolute pleasure.
I'm sure that the Limitless Nation has been inspired by your story. I know that I absolutely have been amazed that you were able to overcome some severe and very, very real emotional, as well as just, I'm going to say psychological, does that sound right? Psychological challenges that life put in front of your path, and you overcame them to become a beacon of hope and a light to help other people live their dreams. Until next time, this is Donovan saying, stay limitless.
Well, that's a wrap. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the word subscribe. And if you want to go deeper on learning on what you need to do to hunt your future, make sure you watch the interview that I've done with Donovan on what you need to do to hunt your future on every aspect of your being. This allows you to live a limitless life on every aspect of your life, starting from today's forward. Plus, you are going to receive tips and tricks on what you need to do to tackle your day, tackle your challenges on every situation, every single time. So go ahead and download it right now. And until then, stay limitless forever.